Hi guys, what's going on? Today is Monday, March 18th, 2019. I wanted to talk a little bit about Logan Paul and Behind the Curve. There's been a lot of anticipation about Logan Paul's Flat Earth documentary coming out. He released a trailer last week. I will put a link to that in the description of this video if you haven't seen it. I did watch the trailer. It kind of looked like maybe like a trailer for what do you call it, reality show type thing. There's a lot of drama in the trailer to generate interest, I guess. I was at the conference when they announced that it was going to be Logan Paul was the surprise guest speaker, and I was like, oh, who? I had no idea who he was until the conference, and I looked him up on YouTube. A lot of people are skeptical about this documentary. He's known for not being the most serious person in the world, especially on YouTube. Does a lot of jackass style video, stupid human tricks from what I understand. I didn't do a lot of research on him. Wasn't real interested in it because I didn't know who he was. But 20 million subs is a lot of subs, and you know, some people say there's no such thing as bad press. You know, if he's exposing 20 million people to the topic of flat earth, you know, if 1% of his viewers, you know, look into flat earth, that's still a lot of people. So yeah, I at the conference there was usually a small crowd around him whenever he was out in the common areas, you know, walking around. So I walked over and listened in on a couple of conversations, and unless he is a really good actor, he sounded genuinely interested in the questions he was asking and things like that. So, you know, I'm hopeful that his documentary will, you know, put some actual facts out there, and you know, get some of his subscribers to actually check into it. The release of his documentary has been delayed several times. It was filmed in November at the conference of last year. It was first slated to be released, I think, at the first of the year, and then they moved it to February, and now we're approaching the end of March. My wife seemed to think that possibly he was getting some pressure from outside sources, and had to re-edit several times. I know that YouTube, or we all know that YouTube is kind of cracking down on flat earth, suppressing flat earth and 9/11 truth videos, and putting disclaimers on flat earth stuff. So he may be risking demonetization of his channel, which would be he would be taking a big hit if they demonetize his channel with 20 million subscribers. So I don't know. Like I said, I am hopeful, because he did seem sincere and genuinely interested. His best friend and roommate is supposed to be actually a flat earther who convinced him to go to the conference, you know, to check it out. So got my fingers crossed. We'll find out Wednesday, I guess, and see what happens. As far as the Behind the Curve documentary, I'm using the term documentary very loosely in describing that. More of a mockumentary. It was very one-sided. The editing was done. They picked and chose. They were able to pick and choose what they wanted to, you know, to cast a bad light on the flat Earth, and kind of in favor of the globe model. There was one good part in the first couple of minutes in the introduction. A flat earther with glasses and a beard said, "A lie is a lie, even if everybody believes it." Yes, that was me. So that was that was actually a surprise. We watched the documentary because there had been a lot of talk about it, and so we hit play and boom, there's my face. So anyway, that was fun, I guess. It wasn't, not really worth watching unless you just want to play Spot the Flat Earther that you know. There was a lot of people in it, but didn't have a lot of merit. The globe, the proof of the globe they used was ridiculous. They used a boat sailing out across the Salton Sea in California, and they had their camera about like a foot off the water, and it was a really hot day. And as the boat went out, of course, with that low of a viewing angle, the bottom of the boat disappeared, and then they had this banner that had some horizontal lines on it, and pretty soon the horizontal lines weren't visible, and they said, "Yep, that's curvature," which we all know isn't true. It's your viewing angle and the angle, like the angular resolution. The ship the boat that they were using, it's just you reach the vanishing point based on your viewing height, where the horizon rises up and it obscures what's beyond the vanishing point, so that it was kind of ridiculous. The experiments that Bob and Jaron did, they kind of cut those up, edited those to make it appear to be in favor of the globe. So not really worth watching, like I said, unless you want to play, Spot the Flat Earther, see who was there. Rob Skiba showed up, Nathan Thompson, obviously, Mark Sargent had a big part in it, and Patricia Steer. They mentioned Matt Powerland and the crazy he had some crazy demands for being in it, made him look like a kook. So I don't know. Some people say there's no such thing as bad publicity, but I think at some point we're going to have to stop. We're going to have to draw a line with our involvement when somebody, if there's any chance it turns into a hit piece, we're just going to have to maybe just not go there, because there's a lot of people, a lot of globe heads that are looking at this behind the curve, and they're saying, see, flat earthers can't prove it's flat, they just proved it's a globe. We may have to draw a line somewhere, because this thing's getting turned against. I mean, if you watch it, it's obvious that it's not an actual documentary, and hopefully people will see that. But many people may watch it and think it was proof of the globe, and that flat Earth was debunked in this film. So anyway, I guess that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching, and keep it flat.